Wingardium Leviosa. Leviosa, Lumus. Anyway, I bet you're here to check out some of the cool tips that help me to edit faster, so let's just get straight to it. I'm personally using Premiere Pro, but 5 hacks that we're gonna discuss in this video will be applicable for almost any software you can work with, DaVinci, Final Cut or anything else. I'm setting myself a goal to get this video done under 3 minutes, so let's keep it sweet and to the point. So let's start the timer and get it rolling. Tip number 1 that saves me hours during every editing project is to stay organized. You know how you organize your room to know where everything is? Well, kinda the same principle here. So whenever I work on a new project, I create dedicated folders and bins and put my files into them. Here are the few of the main ones. A-roll, which I use for main footage, B-roll for some additional footage, elements, which include any pop-up, icons, etc., SVX, which stands for sound effects like whooshes, clicks, camera shutters, etc., and music is pretty self-explanatory. Lastly, I just create additional stuff folder and the things that doesn't fit into above categories go into there. Alright, the time is ticking, so let's get to the next tip. With tip number 2, we have shortcuts. The less you use your mouse to find the correct place on a screen to click, the more efficient you are becoming. Every editing software that I know will have some settings tab that will introduce you to shortcuts. It might be different from app to app, but I'm pretty sure that in every case it will allow you to customize it. And here are the few things I'm constantly using in Premiere Pro. I use C to cut the footage, Q to cut the clip before the cursor line, W to cut after the cursor line, Ctrl L to pair or unpair clips and sound, Ctrl Shift F to nest or create a compound clip, G to control the volume, Ctrl R to control the speed. These are just a few shortcuts that I use every time I edit, but depending on your editing style and the projects you are working on, you might have a different setup. I hope we're still good on time, so let's get to tip number 3, which is proxying the heavy clips. Sounds confusing, right? I know, but it's actually simpler than it looks. You know those times when you throw a lot of effects onto one clip and then the playback rate just sucks? Well, if you proxy your footage, it will pre-save this clip to your computer and offload the pressure from graphic card and processor a bit. Now, you can add all of those effects and still experience a pretty decent playback rate. But if you have a chance to upgrade your software, I would definitely recommend you doing that. Tip number 4 on this list will require you to spend some money, but the difference before this purchase and after this purchase will be like night and day. I'm talking about getting a bigger monitor. Bigger screen, more real estate to work with. You can see more of the timeline and you don't need to scroll back and forth. The layout becomes more flexible and allows you to adjust it to your editing style and add more tabs to the screen if you need to. I'm using a 32-inch at home, and whenever I need to edit something from my laptop, it always takes me more time. And lastly, this thing is tip number 5. This is SSD, or external hard drive. What I did, I basically took all my overlays, effects, sound effects and uploaded into this thing. And this way, I have all my editing library in this little thing. Meaning, I can just grab this little SSD and work on any computer feeling almost like home. And bam, we made it under 3 minutes. I'm actually not sure if we did because I'm like recording this video now and not editing, so after the edit I'll know better. But I hope we're at least at the ballpark. Editing process is definitely a journey, and there are way more tips and hacks that help you to do it better, but these were 5 of my breakthrough tips that help me every day to edit faster and edit more. Let me know in the comments if there are any more editing tips that are coming to your mind. But if you enjoyed this video, I would highly appreciate if you leave a like in the comment and subscribe to the channel. It will help me tremendously, and I'll see you in the next one.